Hey Footy fans, a look at round 16. The Lions beating the Demons at the Gabba 86-81. The D's, they were going well. It surprised me seeing them start that well and have that lead. It was a good comeback in the fourth quarter by Brisbane. Some golden opportunities in this game missed by both sides, but Brizzy getting the 4 points in the end. On Saturday, the Roos fall short to the Dogs by 17 points. The effort was there by the Roos again, but the Dog just too good. Bontempelli, 35 disposals, 11 clearances. He had some great moments in this game. He had 3 behind, so he could have kicked a few, but unfortunately he kept missing. The Swans, they lost to the Fremantle Dockers, the upset of the round and maybe the upset of the year. 98-99 the final scores in an absolute thriller. A very close ending. McDonald's shot after the siren didn't make the distance, unfortunately, nowhere near close enough to even register a point. The Swans' winning streak is over, and a big win on the road for Fremantle. So Fremantle and the Richmond Tigers, the only two teams to beat the Swannies this year. Who would have thought those would be the teams to beat them? The Suns beat the Pies 101-90. The Suns remain undefeated at home. The Pies couldn't get the job done on the road, even though they regained a few stars like Tagoe and Pendlebury and a couple others. The Crows beat the Giants. I thought the Giants, it was a good effort. They kept hanging around, they kept fighting, but they just ran out of time in the end, and the Crows winning on home soil. The Cats beat the Bombers 105-60. Look, the Cats' winning streak over the Bombers continues. Just ridiculous to see how they seem to always get it done over the Bombers. The umpiring was controversial in this game. Some really poor calls by the umpire and some missed calls by the umpire as well. And although that was a poor look on this game and on the AFL, I don't think it would have changed the scoreline in the end, because in the fourth quarter, the Cats just strung out on the scoreboard. On Sunday, the Saints fell short to Port Adelaide 60-62. The Power, well, they get the job done, but my gosh, it was a poor game of football. Inaccurate in front of goals from both sides, and just a really poor game of footy in my eyes. The Tigers lost to the Blues. Look, that was expected. The Blues too strong. They continue in their fine form. Patrick Cripps, 1 goal, 40 disposals, 14 clearances, 9 inside 50s. What a performance by the captain. And then to round out the round of 16, we had the Eagles taking on the Hawks at Optus Stadium, and the Eagles losing 33-94. The Hawks mini winning streak continues. They're just brilliant, the Hawks, how they move forward, how they're working as a team. It's great signs. I mentioned this a couple of weeks back. They're a team who's flying under the radar. They're just doing enough, and they're getting the wins nicely. And they're actually pushing their way up the ladder. And I know it doesn't look like it at the current moment, because it is quite congested, the ladder, with a lot of teams on 32 points. But the Hawks are probably one of the best teams in form at the moment in recent weeks. So well done to Hawthorn. And I'm looking forward to seeing them finish the season off strong and make a massive push to lock in a spot in the 8. Folks, it's time for Isaac's GMP of the round, my goal, mark and player. Let's get into it. My goal of the round goes to a Roo boy, and it goes to Paul Curtis. It was a clean gather, a quick look at goals, and straight onto the boot. It was a great snap, a great goal, a classy finish, and just a great player who has some sparkful moments which really ignite this North Melbourne side. So well done to Paul Curtis, a very nice goal there. My mark of the round, a couple to choose from. I ended up going with Marbiord Shoal, a high-flying hawk. Just floated in over the pack, coming in from the side. It was a good grab, and it was great to see Marbiord Shoal get up there and, make a contest for the ball and really present himself at the football. So well done to Marbiord Shoal, a good grab, great elevation there, and my mark of the round. My player of the round, a few standouts, as there always is. We had all teams back in action for round 16, and wasn't that an absolute thrill? And the player who stood out to me, although in my opinion it was a poor game of football from both sides, Jason Horne-Francis was the standout for me in the Saints and Port Adelaide game, and my player of the round. 1 goal, 28 disposals, 6 marks, 1 of those 6 contested. He had 2 tackles, 4 clearances, 7 inside 50s, 472 metres gained, 9 score involvements. So composed with the footy in hand, when it was close on the scoreboard, when Port needed something to happen, when Port needed a goal or to hit the front, he was the player who stayed calm and composed with the footy in hand and created a play. Or he was a player who found himself out of trouble and created something. He's a classy player, and it's great to see, and he's a big piece in this Port Adelaide side, that's for sure. Although it wasn't the best of wins by Port Adelaide, a win's a win, and I'm sure Ken Hinkley would be happy with the 4 points and none. Round 17, right around the corner, the Pies take on the Bombers in a Friday night special at the MCG. It's going to be a great contest. I'm expecting a brilliant atmosphere, a jam-packed MCG for a ripper game of football. It's the Pies for me by 14 points in what will be a great contest in Sporting's Coliseum in Australia. As always, you got to love footy.
If you like that recap, make sure to give it a thumbs up, comment down below your thoughts on the previous round, and if you haven't already, subscribe to my YouTube channel. And for more of my content, make sure to follow my Facebook page and also my Instagram page. Plenty of more sports updates on there.